Yeah, you got to change the beginning opening. I think you're using the old Jackie. I think you're using the old opener when it was all like 5 of us. So we got to change that. What's up? What's up, Drew?
What's good, dude?
Trenches Drew. That's what we call you.
We're in the trenches, baby. This has been did we hit 100K yet? I didn't even notice. I was fucking busy.
Um,
Did
I don't
Bitcoin hit
think so.
100K?
98.
Let me wow, 90. I
Ooh.
thought I heard 99 too.
No, it did not touch 99 yet. It was
Okay.
very close. It was it hit 98,850.22. That was the
Okay.
highest. So we're touching. We're testifying. We are touching. Yeah. Okay. What it's been a busy week, I would say.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think?
I think it's been I mean, like, I think I'm still in this meta of the AI agent meta. That's like where my brain is at right now, completely in that. Actually, like
Yeah.
watching it.
By the way,
Do you want? Can we jump in there? I want to hear about the whole. I
oh
want to hear
yeah,
your
the AI
experience.
stuff. Well, I
I want to hear your
saw
experience.
it's not on our list, but somebody said like Murad was wrong about everything. You know, Murad, the guy who did the whole like super cycle thing and cults thing.
Yep.
And it's like I don't know if you saw that. Like someone was being like Murad was wrong about everything, but he
Okay.
wasn't. Like his stuff hasn't come to to pass yet, but
Mm-hmm.
he we got our LinkedIn comment so quick. What's up, Kyle? Usually it takes like 20 minutes to get that LinkedIn comment. But yeah, we like all the stuff that's pumping like crazy is the new stuff, not the old stuff. And
It's
Pepe,
also
wait, no,
it's
and
also a
Pepe
lot
and
of
Bonk.
infra,
No, Pepe
and
and Bonk.
it's a lot of infra.
Yeah. Okay, but
And
let's talk AI agent. So I have been. I'll give the quick backstory. So I obviously I saw all the stuff that AI 16Z is doing, whatever. But I've been thinking about AI agents for some time, and I haven't really talked about it internally yet. But the context eventually I will talk to my co-founders and team. But the original idea was around some of our characters, not even for Goblin Town, just like the broader, like sort of truth characters. We have this thing called the 187. And I was just always like wondering because there's a bunch of people in the community that have taken the identities of the characters that they own in the 187. There's a guy named Fig, who like he sort of became Fig, and there's someone named I mean, it's the character. If you go to the 187.xyz, you can see them. And so I've just been thinking about like, okay, we have people like LARPing. What if like we set up an AI agent? And I sort of was, and I'm still thinking through that, what that would look like, and if that's even a good idea. We probably wouldn't do anything touching Goblin Town just because that's not like wouldn't want to do anything that it would be like one of maybe like an obscure 187 that is cool, but just not in our main story right now. And anyway, so I just thought like, why not try to? I saw a bunch of like fake characters, and I was like, I wonder if anyone's done a real person. And so, I had a few ideas of different people. The best one I think that I didn't. So we also saw that one of the founders really likes when you get consent from the person because a few people made, I guess, without consent, and he didn't like that. So if consent wasn't a thing, I wouldn't have gone probably with Dudas. I probably would have gone. I think the best one could be Brian Johnson, like the health guy, because just think about like the type of tweets he does with like, like he does like I measured my erections last night, type of tweets. Brian Johnson from the health guy.
Yeah, that's
So
a good
he
one.
would have been
That's a good one.
he'd be like an amazing AI. And so someone had that idea, and I was like, oh man, that'd be good. But I like Judas because he's sort of like a quadruple threat in a sense. Like he
Totally.
was at one
Yep.
point a journalist, operator in a company, a founder, a VC. So there's a lot of material to work with. Except the problem is he also
Yeah.
deletes all the tweets, so you also don't have
So
that.
so that's why. So like so that you were the inspiration when I was talking about it with a couple other teams with VC Bragg, because VC Bragg is going to be like is has such an endless amount of content to tweet for. So like
Yeah.
VC, so you got a team. So like basically, there's a team now working on VC Bragg building out the AI agents, and it's super
Have you
fucking cool to
spoken to the
watch.
guy who actually runs VC Bragg or no?
Yeah, no, I didn't know. So we didn't do BC Bragg. We tried a different one, like a different account. Like we didn't go. It's not like mimicking his name, but we did like VC Bragg, I think it was, or something. I don't even know.
So okay, got it.
But like
It's using
it,
the classic name. Yeah.
it's basically mocking the VC guy, that like the classic VC guy, and
Yeah.
then just gonna be like mocking VC crypto Twitter. So it's got like endless content. And then they're pushing the boundaries on the AI agent side. And it's fucking so funny and cool to see this whole thing be trained.
Yeah.
So
It's
now I'm just like
so
watching
so
this thing.
so
I'm watching it unfold, and I'm like seeing this AI agent starting to develop a personality, and it's fascinating to see.
yeah. I mean, so for me, the way I see it is like it got very popular very quick, and I'm sure some
Mm-hmm.
people bought in this and that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. So I noticed that so I made it, and then the AI sort of makes the pump fun, and then it goes goes in whatever direction it goes. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I saw was that if you use certain words in your pump fun, all the bots come in. So far, it's like AI and Bit are the two ones I've seen that people have used.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if there's others that, like, if you use it in your name. So also, when I was using it, it was really buggy, the Waifu, the maker, and it said like error, and then someone's like, "Oh, it's live." Like someone I told that like it was about to do, um, and so I was like, "What?" There's an error. So by the time I saw it, it already hit. It hit in like less than 3 minutes the entire curve on Pump Fun, and I think and a lot of it was like just bots in the beginning because I didn't send it to anyone, unless they were just like people were looking on the thing, which I don't think they were. Like, I mean, I love Dudas, but like, I don't think he's like something that people are like randos are just going to buy that. So it must have been something with the AI. But what's cool about it though is for the first night it was like not working fully, and I had to manually do the first tweet, which like you set up when you set it up the first tweet, um, and then like I put like the guys from Waifu are in like my DMs, and they were just telling me like how to adjust the prompt to make it a little bit better. I told you guys, you Drew, about that before, but the first day, all the AI could talk about was like overhearing things on trains and going on trains,
Yeah,
and it's because
totally.
there was one line in the prompt that said like, Mike Dude AI, like Dudas AI, whatever. I'll just call it Dudas AI. It is like, lives in Connecticut and takes the train and sometimes overhears things. And it was just like endless content on like, I saw 40 trains today and here's my insight on whatever. Now replies are on. The replies are really good. Like Dudas's replies, or AI Dudas's replies are honestly sometimes like very, very similar to the real Mike. Someone
Yeah.
tweeted at it like, Mike, can you talk, Goblin to me? And he's like, get out of here with this garbage. Like, when you're
Well,
serious,
dude,
come back and ask me.
that's why I'm really excited, because I think that
Yeah. So it's gonna
the
get
VC
better.
Brett,
And
it's not great yet. It still needs to be like the
yeah,
training needs to get a lot better. But what I'm really excited
but
is
you
to
can
see it
train it
start to
better.
identify. But have you start how what are you seeing in the
Hold on.
replies? Like
So
so like
you so
talking about the
replies just
replies.
started. Replies just started yesterday. If
Yeah, so
you're technical,
that's what that's so we
if you have
so
anyone
I'm not doing this.
technical,
My
you can
team. So
actually
no, there's
train.
a
Yeah,
team
yeah.
that's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Drew, if you have someone technical, you could train it better than me with
That's what our
no.
teams that's what the team is like working on
Yeah,
right now. It's like all like we're experimenting with different training data sets. It's fascinating
yeah.
shit.
So you could definitely do it better. I'm using what they have, which is your prompt, your style, and then I unlock the ability to upload files for it. But I've asked them a few times, like, hey, any best practices? They said we're gonna have something soon. So I don't want to really mess around with it and screw it up. I guess nobody really cares at this point, but like I don't want to really sort of mess it up until I have a little bit of best practices I want to do. But I find that, like, listen, the dream for me, like this was an experiment, and I'm gonna just like
that's why I'm saying for
the
me
only thing I
is
care about
learning.
is
Like I'm pushing.
to make, yeah, exactly, to make
I want to see this. I want to see it learn. I want to be at the hand. I want to be at the forefront of like seeing how this shit works. And what I'm seeing here is just like there's a lot of really interesting potential on the engagement side of things. Like if it does effective engagement and starts to build reach, and then that's what starts to create interest in a coin that supports it, then it starts to run like we're talking about how does it run contests and shit like that, and like and how does it tip? Like if it can start distributing tips and things of that nature, like that's super fascinating shit.
Yeah, I sort of am looking at it as like, can Mike do this AI like share insightful things, do research, maybe even create its own AI agent that does research, and basically build like six-man ventures AI, and can it compete or coexist with the real Mike? And you know what I mean? Like, is that possible? Can it hire a researcher that happens to be an AI? Can I give it like $5,000, and can it turn that $5,000 into more money? Like that would be very, very cool. And so a lot of this for me is experimentation, because I just want to see what's possible. But it's also in the guise of like, or not in the guise, it's in the realm of like, we're building IP and characters at Truth, Goblin Town, Illuminati, etc. And if you can do really cool stuff with AI characters on social media and build up these audiences, and we have style and backstories and lore, we have that already. We're really good at that. If we can plug that in and it actually can tell stories with it that are good, that's amazing, right? And so we're not going to probably risk it on anything that's like core to what we're doing right now. But if we can go and build something really interesting on if I could take a 187 and the owner of it and go with them and say, hey, we want to experiment with you, and we'll take this, and you're not in the core Goblin Town story, you're like this tangential story, but we're gonna feed it, and then we'll like we'll curve out the entire thing. So we'll spend the, what is it, like 20 grand, 80 ETH. We'll spend the money. We'll give you most of the token. We'll give, token to the community, etc. And then like that to me is really cool. So I just feel like this is like a new category, right? There was like,
I
obviously
find it
there's
like, dude,
NFTs,
I find it
there's meme coins. This
totally.
isn't a meme coin. It's not a meme coin. It's different, right? Like, yes,
It's
it's a
like no,
coin,
it's
and
definitely
yes, it's on Pump
it's a
Fund, but
meme.
it's not a meme
It's a
coin.
meme. No, it's a way for people to like almost like bet on a personality, a culture, a meme with a meme that doesn't just have to live on its own, but can actually develop like its own identity and then start to be able to like take its own actions. Like I'm
Yeah.
literally watching it. Like I just not this exact moment, but like I was just watching a team train the model based on conversation back and forth, and then we had an AI talk to an AI. It's just fascinating shit. I think this is so cool.
Yeah. It's still, and it's so early that like, if you're not being curious, you're not experimenting, like, what are you really doing? And I put out a
That's
tweet
what I told. That's
last
what I
week.
always say. That's what I say.
I put out a tweet,
Uh,
like, first of all, we're in a space where like, if you're not infinitely curious, you're like gonna miss out. And also, if you're like a hater right now, you're gonna miss out like never
no,
before,
totally,
right? Like
totally.
we are entering, and we talked about this last week. We're entering a situation where the incoming administration is literally probably creating a crypto
It's
role in the White House.
oh, totally.
Like,
It's a wide open time to be trained to be experimenting right now. You have to be
yeah.
experimenting.
And but also I see a lot of people like on the timeline, like, you could joking is fun, but like, if you have like a lot of hate in your heart, right? Like, and there's people, we all know people of like actual,
Mhm.
they have hate. Like, if you're hating on people who are either doing well or trying things and failing or not failing, whatever, you're literally just gonna miss out. You're literally gonna
Totally,
close your brain
totally,
for like
totally.
this thing. And it's sad. It's like really sad, but also it's just like, yeah, I mean, this is the moment everyone was trying to get to in the last 5 to 10 years. And like
No, totally. I completely
if you're
agree.
not, if you're not buckling up and if you're not mentally present for it, like you're just gonna miss out.
No, I completely agree. And like the reality is like, I think that, and I was talking about this with someone just like literally today. I was like, listen, the game, everyone now knows the game that you're playing. It is like in meme coin games, it's about identifying something that you think is viral. If you want to getting involved, whether it's joining groups or creating coins or doing anything that like helps you to, but your job is to promote a meme, to make it go viral and share it and be social around it and see if you were able to catch something. Then once you've done like once you've like socialized it, then it's like, okay, so now what happens in the past? Sometimes it just either catches or doesn't. And that was like the first phase of memes, of meme coins. Like either it caught or it didn't. And it was manufactured or it wasn't. But now there's this other component to it where it can have capabilities and it can start to be able to introduce new features into a meme coin that to me is super fucking interesting. Like that's like, it's not about roadmaps anymore or like you even saying like, hey, this is going to be done or that's going to be done. It's like now you're able to give this thing capabilities that it can start to make informed decisions on its own, and that's fucking wild. Like that is really cool. So like I am just like super intrigued, and so like for me, this has been like what we're doing with my teams over at like Denari is like we want to just be at the forefront of anything token. So I like I challenge my team to constantly experiment with shit, and this is the first time we ever did like a real hackathon style deal. And we're gonna like, there's like people interested in like running with this and like making it a thing. And like we're like, okay, let's work on this and see if there's something fun behind it that can be something special. So I don't know. I'm just like very excited by the spirit of experimentation and innovation, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. No,
But
no,
it's
I feel you.
fascinating stuff.
Um,
Really fascinating.
yeah, I feel like this is the first of many conversations we and other people are going to
Hmm.
have on this. I think there's in each cycle there's like at least one new thing that comes into play. And I don't think people thought this would be it, but like this intersection of AI and crypto blockchain is really interesting. And I think that it's not really a meme coin, it's not an NFT, obviously. It's like this, like sentient thing that or at least trying to be sentient, and it's like ever evolving, and it also gives you like an arm's length where you could set it up and let it go and see where it goes, right? You don't have to be. I think one of the issues is, especially with people wanting to experiment, it's like, okay, well, I did this and now I have to do this for the rest of my life, right? I feel like everyone has that expectation, and it's like, no, I'm setting it up. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna continue to make it better and better and better. But then it's gonna decide. Like people was like, hey, open up a Telegram for Mike Dudas AI. I'm like, listen, if the AI wants to open up, I want the AI to open up a Telegram. I want them to start a cult. I want them to go for world domination, be the biggest VC of all time. I'm going to give them some money. They're going to take that money and try to grow it. I want them to, everyone who owns their token, I want them to try to reward them. I want them to do all of that. But I also like, I need to start by getting them to get good tweets. You know what I mean? Like if it's not good tweets, then no one's going to give a shit.
Well, that's the whole thing.
So
Why I think the training is such an interesting component to this whole thing.
yeah, but
That's
like,
watching
but
the training strategy, and there's more to training than meets the eye. Like, I think that you just like kind of scratch, like you even said, like you were kind of directing it a little bit more. I think like having conversational engagement and giving it real training data is actually kind of a big part of this whole thing. Actually, I think that's like a major component.
yeah. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about it.
Me too.
I'm just
Me
gonna
too.
I'm gonna
I'm
keep
having
I'm gonna
fun,
keep working
and
on
it's
it.
cool.
And they just
Yeah, me
announced
too.
quote tweets. They're adding quote tweets to
Yeah, dude. Yep. So
so
like,
like
I just feel
it
like
feels like they're
I just
they're
have.
getting better and better. I know you're a big Waifu fan after this stuff
Totally. And
started coming out.
that's why I wanted to jump right in and start testing it because I like the concept. And I'm like, okay, let's see how this whole thing works. And now that I'm like inside, like watching this thing get formed, I'm like, this has got real interesting
The
potential.
other really
Really
cool
interesting potential.
the other really cool thing about it is like if someone's like, "Hey, I want you to like make a TikTok for it," right? It's like, great. You can use
That's
your own
exactly right.
tokens and unlock it. Anyone can unlock
Totally.
someone else's thing. So if you want the AI to exist somewhere else, just unlock the
Is
token.
that true?
Give it.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, anyone can set it up and they can port it anywhere.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's really
So
cool.
it's like
It's
it's
really
sort of
cool.
like in some ways CC0 to some degree because it's like it's letting you take it anywhere. Go to do this. If you want to turn on Telegram for it, you could go pay the, I think like 2,000 WIF tokens.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if VC Brags has done it yet, but like
in theory, I could turn on for you and pay if I wanted to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
This is super interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, let's move to 100K Bitcoin. It seems like it's inevitable. We're like on the precipice. We're touching it. Hasn't hit it yet. Gary Gensler. Oh, that's later. Gary Gensler. Goodbye. Okay. Solana ETF. Solana ETF. When's that happening?
Solana ETF. I mean, they're talking about it, which is actually pretty interesting. Like, I know they were saying it was years away. I doubt it's years away anymore. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, dude. We're about to go turbo. And that's, by the way, that's the other thing. The people who, like, you should always own Bitcoin. And I have like a setup that every week, I think I buy $150 of Bitcoin just on Coinbase. Been doing it for a while. I just like don't need to think about it. I have it set up with my bank just to continue to accumulate Bitcoin. But if you're only getting Bitcoin now, you're gonna make money, right?
I mean, that's still my biggest position.
You're gonna make money because like you can make the argument Bitcoin's gonna be worth $1 million in the future, but you're gonna miss out on, you know, I don't know. I feel like you're gonna miss, you know, $1 million Bitcoin is a 10x, right? You can get a 10x just by like looking at TikTok trends right now, you know. So it's like if you're not, and also if you're not looking at, you know, everything from, you know, obviously it was like Bitcoin, ETH, Solana. There's a bunch coming up. There's Sway. There's like a bunch of different ones that are just worth owning a little bit of, having like, you know, and only if you think people are using it and there's like actual utility. This cycle, I'm really big on Solana because that's where all the action is. So I have accumulated as much Solana as I can. Every time I have any, you know, if I have any positive results with like a meme coin, it's just Solana. I'm not back to dollars. Solana. I'm getting just as much Solana as possible. I think that's the clear chain for consumers right now. I do see, you know, two chains coming up. Abstract is an L2, but then they're also going to have their own token, and then also you know, Monad coming out. But those are both EVMs, and I don't really know what's going to happen with Ethereum. I think it feels like it's in dire straits a little bit, to be honest. I don't know anyone besides on L2s. I don't know anyone making new Ethereum NFTs, Ethereum coins. I don't see anything. Do you see anything?
With which one? With
Ethereum.
Like, I'm sorry?
Mainnet.
Oh yeah.
Anything?
I do. Yeah.
What do you see?
No. I mean, like, it depends, dude. I think mainnet is built right now. I think mainnet is really made for art and collectibles and things of that nature. I think that as a like a platform for more applications, more engagement, more that type of stuff, I think it's going to all happen layer twos. But like, let's not sleep that layer twos they're still ETH. That's still the ETH ecosystem. So there's just a ton happening that I think is really. I think that ETH is underrated right now, and I also think the ETF is going to drive a lot of value. I also think that people forget that it's a deflationary asset too.
Yeah.
So like, I've been bullish ETH. I've been adding to my position actually more than some of the other projects. I think it's underrated right now. I think it's like the non-consensus play.
You love your non-consensus play.
Oh, listen, ETH is up
9% today. So, you know, I still own a lot of ETH, but I'm just like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing so much more on Solana these days. And there's like no fees. So it feels good. All right. Not so chill guy. Let's go to that one. What, dude, that guy he could have retired his grandchildren. And he just decided, nope, I'm going to be annoying. Do you own any chill guy?
Yeah, I do.
Whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I thought it was.
Do you
The
get
minute
it?
I
Do
saw
you
the
get in
art.
early,
Yeah,
or when do you get in?
no, me like kind of midway. But the minute I saw the artist, I had a small position, and then I saw the artist being a complete tool, and I was like, oh wow, I got to buy this because this is going to become way more than just a chill guy. To have the artist who created Chill Guy not be a chill guy is the best thing that could have ever happened to that token. It
That's
actually
true.
made it
By the
known.
way, I saw a great tweet about like doing crimes on live stream is like the new thing. You know that kid who like
Yeah.
that like
Dude,
made
I
this.
don't consider that a crime. I don't. I'm sorry. Like I don't know if it's a crime that he did.
It's
I
not
mean,
a crime. No, there was a
people
different one
know
that
it.
was a crime. There
People
was
know it. I mean, that guy was that kid was so fucking funny, dude.
yeah.
That kid was hilarious. But like, listen, like some people are doing like I don't. I think that if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna jump in and play Pump That Fun, you know what the fuck you're getting into. Some people are doing this for bad purposes. Some people are doing it for learning. Some people are doing it to add value to the ecosystem. Like you have to like if you do any little bit of diligence, then maybe you'll pick the right coins that are people doing it for good with good teams and real positive like kind of they want to contribute positively and advance this ecosystem with experimentation. Like that's how I see the brag token. That's how I see like this whole like brag. Like I think there's a lot that can happen around that type of brand. Like so that's for me, I look at it as like
Yeah.
I try to find tokens. I'm willing to not be the first one in a coin to find out if a coin actually has legs beyond the first pump. And if you're going to get in the first pump, then you're going to lose and you're going to win, and you have no idea who's behind these things, and you just have to live and die with that type of experience. And I don't think there's anything like I think that everyone's now experienced enough to know what they're getting into. And like
Yeah.
don't get into a stupid new fucking coin if you don't actually think that the team is in it for the right reasons. If there's a team in it to like push the boundaries and experiment and build cool stuff, then like to me that's something you want to get behind. That's what this space is all about.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So, but I think there's got it. But there has to be some. You really got to like actually like see what's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's funny, during bull markets, which we're clearly obviously in, it feels like
Hmm.
you make a lot of money, but you also lose a lot. Like people forget how much you lose or how much you leave on the
You
table.
have to, but you have to be
Yeah, but
willing to
you
lose.
but you get
You don't
and
forget how much you have to
no,
be
no,
willing to lose in
I
this
know.
game.
You have to be willing to lose, and if you harp on it, you will lose more. Like that,
100%, 100%.
it's insane. Like I I saw Elon's tweet um yesterday, the Wabi Sabi one, and someone
Hmm.
just dropped in one of the group chats I'm in a pump fund, and it just
Hmm.
hit radium, and it I guess the bots like sold. So I got in at like
Hmm.
80K or 100K or something like that.
Hmm.
And that went up to like 4 million very, very quick within 20 minutes. And I was I cashed out my initial amount, and then I was like, oh, maybe this is like the one. And I'm just like, it's always like, no, this isn't the one. Like, you have to continue to take like a 10% off every time you feel like you're about to
Hmm.
brag, you know? Um,
Yeah.
and
Hashtag brag.
I was about to say no pun intended, but I guess pun
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah.
And then I went last night. I took my daughters. We went to go see like an early screening of Wicked. I don't know if you know
Hmm.
the movie coming out. By the way,
Yeah. Of
anyone
course.
who's watching, phenomenal. Uh,
Really?
fun. I think Gladiator is going to beat it this weekend just because it's
I
Gladiator.
can't wait
But
to. I'm seeing Gladiator on
think
Tuesday.
long term, uh, Wicked's going to go down as one of the best. So, like, okay, I don't know. Do you ever see the Broadway show?
No.
Okay, Broadway show is phenomenal. I saw it 20 years ago with the original cast on Broadway,
Hmm.
with Idina Menzel and whatever. Great. It's clear. It's like great. The show is amazing. The movie is as good, if not better, than the show, which is like very hard. The casting was perfect. Like, actually, I think Ariana Grande is going to be nominated for an Oscar for it, which is insane to say. And then the although there is one, it's PG, but and I took a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old. I don't know what is it Disney who's behind it. I don't know whoever made the movie. Um, the flying monkeys, like the turning into flying monkeys, was literally terrifying. And for like my 5-year-old ran out of the movie theater. It was like when I don't if you don't know like the Wizard of Oz, like the flying monkeys, like, were pretty scary, like in the 30s, 40s when the Wizard of Oz came out. It was like actually terrifying, and they're definitely gonna lose some money because kids are not going to want to see it again and again because it's a terrifying scene. But I think the movie's going to actually crush, and yeah, like it's not just a good movie, but it is a worthy like prequel or like of Wizard of Oz. Like Wizard of Oz, I think is like 98% Rotten Tomatoes, like one of the greatest movies of all time. It is on that level, and yeah, they're gonna make so much fucking money. It's crazy, but I highly
by the way,
recommend. If you like any of that
speaking
stuff,
of
I highly recommend.
speaking of entertainment, I'm watching From, and it's unbelievable.
Great, right? I also got Jackie
Yep,
into
totally.
it.
I'm
Dude,
really hooked, dude. I love it.
I just hope that they could tell the story they want to tell because they're on MGM and like who the fuck knows if they're gonna get like renewed and stuff. The fact that they've been renewed already
what do you mean?
twice.
They're 3 seasons in, right?
I know.
And it's not over, or is it going to continue going?
They're saying no. The showrunners are the Lost showrunners. They're saying they have 5 seasons. They know 5 seasons and they want to do 5 seasons. I'm just hoping, and you know what? I watched it through season 1, season 2. I saw it when it came out. I'm a huge Lost fan, so I knew when the show, and also Harold Perrin, Harold from Lost, Michael from Lost, is the main character. So I knew the show was coming. I've watched it since episode 1. The fact that and the season finale of season 3 is Saturday night at midnight 01. It comes out really Sunday, but on streaming they let you watch it before. And they've been renewed for 2 years and nobody really knew the show. Now it's picking up in terms of people knowing. But here's the catch: is we're in season 3. We're about to go into the finale, and I have still no idea what's going on. Right? I don't know what the monsters are. I don't know what the place is. And
wait, don't say anything. I don't want to know.
No. But
I just know that. All I know is that it's exactly.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I know. But I'm telling you, we don't know what's happening.
Where it leaves a bunch of questions. That's what Lost was all about. No.
But so they keep adding more questions, which is also what Lost did.
Which was also Lost. Yeah.
Yes, but if they don't like either start to tell if they don't give something big in the finale of like what the fuck is going on, and they don't do like season 4 is like a lot of revelation of what's going on, and then maybe season 5 is like the aftermath of figuring out what's going on. If they don't do that, then they're gonna lose people. I think that they have to start giving a little bit like you're like it's building up suspense. You've got to like have a release a little bit, and so far there's like no release, but it's great. Like the character development's great, the characters are great. I find it intriguing and stuff. If you don't know the show, people listening, watching, whatever, watch it. It's From, I think you could watch some of the first season on Amazon Prime, but it's on MGM. And it's really really good. It's just really good.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Okay, wait. So let's
what else we got? What else we got on the agenda?
Wait, back to so the not so chill guy. So that guy's just like he thinks he's gonna sue the blockchain.
Yeah, dude, he's not. He's just. He reminds me of. I tweeted this.
Dude, wait, hold on. Why are you wearing a Giants hat, bro?
Oh, I don't know. It's not great right now. It's great, not great. I'm celebrating Daniel Jones, the end of Daniel Jones. But
dude, you were the biggest. I told you. I've told you.
I know. I was wrong. I know. Everyone told me. Everyone told me. I was wrong.
I actually, the only reason I knew he was terrible, I didn't even know. I have a friend. My friend Jack went to Duke, and he knows all the Duke players. And when he was coming out, he's like, "Bro, I'm sorry, he's not good. Like, you're not gonna be happy." And I was like, "I don't know, man. He looks like a good. He looks like a Manning." He's like, "Not
yeah." Good. Wait. What was the thing you were just saying? Because I had a point. I forgot I was making. Oh yeah,
chill guy. Yeah,
but
he's going to sue the blockchain.
He reminds me so much of the dude who Portnoy, the guy who's Planet Pizza guy who was wearing the tight Star Wars shirt, who gets in a fight with him. He's like, "Get off my ground!" Like this is who you're talking about. It's the exact same fucking person. Yeah. So like. When I saw that guy, that's like the easiest person because that has meme written all over it. That guy's a walking meme. What is he trying to do? He goes, "I'm going to sue the blockchain." This is unbelievable.
All right, BONK Flips WIF.
Yeah, I bought BONK too.
Dude, BONK keeps running, man. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's because everyone thinks it's going to be listed on like I think it was what is it
Robinhood.
on Robinhood? Yeah, that's the big one.
It's
But
on
like,
it's on Coinbase
no,
already. It's been on Coinbase for a while.
yeah, Coinbase. So but they're just like I think it's just like it's becoming representative. I think even more than WIF as the Solana meme coin, as the meme coin of Solana. So
Yeah.
like from my understanding, I think it's probably it's best like it's really well positioned right now, which is great. So yeah, I'm eager to see what's going on here.
Yeah. It seems like this cycle, it's like Bonk is the like meme coin of Solana, and like Pepe is the meme coin of ETH. Pepe is just like also still on a like generational run. It's insane. I hate that I had so much of it. Oh my god. It still like brings I don't even know why I didn't need to sell it. I didn't need the money. I didn't do anything with the money. I had so much at one point. And so early. Shout out to Cold from the Goblin community. He got us all into it very, very early. And there's some people who did really, really well from that. And I still own. I know someone who owns a few $1 million worth, hasn't sold a cent. It's insane. Insanity.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's like
Totally. Sorry, I'm just gonna leave.
you either have to forget that you own it or you're a psychopath. There's no other option.
Yeah, I hear that. I
You
completely
either like forget it and you're like,
Um,
oh my god, I still have this and it's amazing, or it's like just you're like a stone cold killer, you know? It's like
totally.
to be sitting on like 7 figures plus and just be like,
It's
okay,
wild. It's
let's
wild.
just let it
No,
ride.
I mean, no, I mean, like, listen, it's at a place now where that's not a go to zero coin anymore. So it is what it is.
No,
Like
yeah, yeah.
it's moved into I wouldn't call it blue chip status, but it's definitely moved into like top tier coin status. I guess it's as close to blue chip as anything else is going to get, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure.
Um,
What do we have
what
here on
else?
size matters? What does that even mean?
I
Oh,
was thinking, I
is
wonder,
you betting
people, yeah,
the 50K on
no, I was just, yeah, no, I was just thinking like talking about positions, like position sizing is something I've been thinking a lot about. So I figured it'd be worth talking about. So I've started thinking about like sports betting as an analogy, like how much I could, like people call it like your betting size is like a unit. So like, what is your unit? Whatever your unit is, let's say it's $100, $500, $1,000. Like, what is your base unit? Like your very like average bet, simple average bet. And then like, what I think is really interesting when you start to think about conviction and size, like how many units are you putting into a given position? And I started realizing like, what you can't like. I mean, a bunch of things like meme coin trading has always been for me a little bit more just like, I'm down to dabble, I'm down to explore, etc. But there are some plays where I just feel like you need to have more conviction, and in those conviction plays, if you're going to make them, you can't make them at the same size as your throw a dart meme coin play. So you have to really kind of I think when it comes to meme coins, I think that people kind of like dismiss the size component, and that's something that I'm really starting to spend more attention to and more time on is like how do I think about strategy on size, and I'm trying to do less of those like one $500 this or two or one unit this one unit this and start throwing like an 8 unit, a 10 unit, a 20 unit, a 25 unit, really like because maybe it's had a little bit more legs or there's a little bit more run or I have more conviction in it. So I'm willing to make a bigger bet with a little bit more because I feel like there's a little bit more foundation there. And like I don't, who knows? Like, there's no like complete like easy recipe for any of this stuff. But I do think that there's something to be said for making those kind of meaningful bets and actually like and actually taking like bigger positions and plays that you think have the room to run. Like to me, that's a really interesting component to this whole thing.
Yeah. For me,
How do you think about that?
I'm not a big better. I'm not like a big size better. I got a little stick here. No, I'm checking. I The way I look at it is especially on like these early stuff, very small. I mean, the max I'm doing in some of this stuff is like 2 SOL. I think I did 4 SOL into one thing. And I was like, ooh, that's a lot. Look at $800, $1,000. I'm typically doing 2 SOL. Um, I'm doing like 2 SOL if I'm like, one if I just like want to see, I want to feel something, So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making a 50K bet. That doesn't jive with it just doesn't also jive with like the amount of money I'm putting up on these things. The crazy thing though is like the joke is all you need is like 2 SOL in a dream. And for example, I did Eliza the original Eliza, not the Eliza War that came later. I did the original Eliza. When I started to look into AI agents, I saw Eliza. I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I got it at 100K market cap, and I did 1 SOL into it. And I honestly should have done 2, but I think at one point I've cashed out like 10 SOL from it already, and then I still owned like another like 10K worth of it on that 1 SOL.
Okay.
Right. So
Yep.
like a really good bet for all intents and purposes. But that and then stupidly, I was up really late one night and the Eliza War happened. That was like earlier this week. And I saw it happen, and the 10K turned into like 4K. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sell half of it, and then I'll, so I'll get like, I'll whatever, I'll salvage it, and then I'll wake up and see what happened. And so I sold half the bag. Woke up in the morning, it was at new all-time highs. So this is why you don't do things at like 3 o'clock in the morning, because you make mistakes. But
yeah, totally.
I don't know. For me, it's just more small bets. And for every Eliza that I put 1 SOL into, I put something into something so stupid that, like, I don't know, and I lose it all, And
Yeah,
like,
totally. And
you have to be okay with that. But I'm
that's
not
the
doing
stuff. That's
it's
the stuff
child's
that I
play.
think though.
It's
Yeah,
child's
that's the stuff
play,
that is.
and
I agree, and
trying
that's
to hit,
that's
trying to get
okay.
100,000x.
Yeah, and that's, see, like, to me, I'm starting to switch off to, I'm down to have those fun little child's play swings, but like you were saying, you better not leave this period without making a huge success. You're not gonna. It's a lot harder to have a huge success when you're throwing child play action. So like, I'm trying to get more comfortable with like what are my conviction plays, and that's where I'm putting more energy to. And I think that's like, it's kind of more fun that way, because then I don't feel like I need to rush out or play hot potato against 100 other people.
Yeah, sure. I would say I don't see many like super conviction plays in meme coins versus I think this is going to do well for the next 6 hours.
Well, that's what. So like, I guess like that's partly why I'm
But
also
like
looking at
the
like,
waifu is probably closer to that like long-term play, if you believe in that stuff. A16Z is probably a good one. But then you see like I got into the chill guy, right? I did it pretty late. It was at 100 million, and I never do, like, I'm always playing in the like sub 500K market cap space, and so I got in. But the only reason I did is I just saw like a narrative switch on social, people being like meme coin, like TikTok meme coin, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting, meta. This one's the leader, buy, and it's up 5x since then. So it's like there's if you see something that you think is going to be a new meta, you gotta pounce on that.
I hear that.
All right, goodbye,
What else we got?
Gary Gensler.
I heard he announced today he's out January 20th.
Yeah, couldn't
very
be
cool.
sooner. Couldn't be.
I mean, it's a game changer. Everyone. I mean, it's a total game changer.
Yeah. Hold on. There's some breaking news.
What else we got here? So Gary's out. What else we got here? Sorry, I'm watching this whole I'm in meme coin mania myself today, and I'm just like watching Bragg right now, and it's just like fucking so funny, dude. It's just so cool.
Is it tweeting or
no? They're just like, I see the team trying to train it and like work with it a little bit, and it's just like funny to see them like educate it. It's cool. It's interesting, dude. I tell you, it's like really. It's just fascinating. I'm just so intrigued by this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, this has just been.
I'm
really
just
cool.
generally really excited about like the potential, where it all can go, like what it all means.
Yep.
I think it's super fun. I'm gonna be on at 6 today. Board Elon Musk.
He invited me too. I was gonna
Twitter Space.
Yeah, I'm gonna join.
Also.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hop in for a little bit. Also, I might be heading back in the city, but I'm gonna try to head in.
Yeah. Are you in Manhattan? By the way, can we talk about the Knicks? They're looking great now. Look at that. Everything's coming together.
I said that, dude. So good. So good.
I mean, listen, they did play 2 Nets and Katie-less Suns, but they looked great. They look like they're gelling. Cat looks amazing. He looks like everything we've ever wanted in a center. or power forward, and
Mhm.
Mikal Bridges is finally getting his stroke. You know who's really taking the jump? OG, man. Wow.
OG's such a beast, dude. It's actually one of my favorite players.
OG is looking like a young Kawhi with those. By the way, I went to the game, the Heat Knicks when they were in Miami. Dude,
Mhm.
Mikal Bridges' arms are like on the floor. It's insane. His
Oh yeah,
his
that's why
like
he's such a great defender.
I know, but it's insane. Like you're normal people, you stand up, your arms go down to like your hips, right? His
Mhm.
wingspan, his hands go down to his knees. It's like insane. It's
Yeah.
actually insane. I'm gonna be in New York in December, and I'm
Oh yeah.
thinking, yeah, for the holidays. One of my kids has never seen snow, so we're gonna try to see some snow. But I'm like really considering shelling out and going to Spurs Knicks Christmas Day game, Wemby in the
In New
Garden.
York.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be in Montreal. I don't know if I'm going to be in Montreal that time. I'm going to like Mont Blanc. But if I'm, what's the dates that you're going to be in New York?
The last week, 24th to the 1st or 2nd or whatever. Like right the like Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah time.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
no, when Spurs Knicks in the Garden, Christmas Day noon game. And that's Wemby in the Garden. Wemby's having a great season,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a Christmas game. It'll be the anniversary of I bought Christmas game tickets in 2013 with Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks Thunder cost me point seven a coin, 0.7 a Bitcoin. I fucking hate that. It was like
Oh, I
$70,000
remember it.
tickets.
I know. I remember that. You told me about that.
So painful.
I got
You
to
gotta
run
go.
actually a little early today, but
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm heading back to Connecticut. But let's. I
Yeah.
am. Yeah. I mean, guys, just check. Guys, keep it.
Next week's Thanksgiving. So I don't know unless something
Oh,
crazy
okay.
happens,
Okay.
and we could do this like
Yeah,
Wednesday or
we
whatever.
could, yeah, you and
But
I could, yeah, we could just, we'll play it by ear. But
yeah,
I would definitely check out these AI tokens, guys. BC Braggs, is the symbol, and then due dates is just like I want to get these two. I want to actually get them talking because it's like that. I think would be really funny.
I try to like have it. I'm still trying to train it, but like I was trying to be like, please engage with other AI tokens. It hasn't really yet. Um, and like some of the tweet replies are amazing
Yeah.
for do this. So we'll see. We'll see where it all goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, buddy.
Good
All
stuff,
right, brother.
man.
Sorry, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
See you guys
Later.
next week.